If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again and welcome to episode number 52 of the Liverpool career mode here on FIFA 15. Today we start with a game at home at Anfield against Swansea City, a side that we've notoriously done quite well against actually in recent history in this particular series. As you can see, we have a game in hand at the top of the table with an already large 5-point gap. So if we can pick up a victory here, then that will of course extend that gap to 8 points and put us in a very commanding position as we head towards the final 15 or so, 14-15 games of the Barclays Premier League season. Bit of a rotation side as you saw in that one, playing Vargas up top though still with Gerrard in the cam slot. Of course we are still looking to finalise the deal for our incoming centre attacking midfielder. You guys voted in the previous episode, or you guys voted on Twitter rather, and I showed you the final voting numbers in the previous episode. And so we'll of course deal with that a little bit later on in the video. But we start with some action with Swansea on the attack. Actually, John Joe Shelby picking up the ball here. Obviously a former Liverpool player. They picked him up from Charlton, and he then of course moved on to the Welsh side. But Gylfi Sigurdsson goes on a great run, in fairness. Perrin with a great save, and the second save is just as good, smothering the chance as John Joe Shelby tries to head it into an empty net. But the French goalkeeper was there. Is he French? I think he's French. Matthias Perrin to top it over the top of the net, and we stay at 0-0. But Hesse cuts inside here, really nice Ronaldo chop into Stevie G, and I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing there. He really should have done a bajillion times better than he did right there, because that was pretty much straight at him. And although goalkeepers do tend to do that quite a bit this year, unfortunately it seems to be something that is an issue with the engine. But still, I've just foot-headed Matthias Perrin, and he is actually Italian, so I apologise. But yes, pushing further on into the second half. Still only the gap at 1-0, but we'll try and extend that if we can in this second period. Gerrard with a nice ball over the top to Vargas. He's in behind here, obviously always going to try and cut back on his right foot if he can, but the defender covers the angles off well. And talking of angles, Gerrard didn't get his quite right either, firing the shot just wide of that far post, so we stay at 1-0. But on the hour mark now, and we continue to push forward, Heung-min Son using his fantastic dribbling actually to set up Gerrard. Out wide to Eduardo Vargas. Now I wasn't too sure whether to cut inside or to play the cross. Eventually, I just kind of worked it around, and we found the ball at Fernando's feet. Nice little turn inside. Tidy little finesse shot as well underneath the goalkeeper into the bottom corner, and that makes it 2-0 just after the hour mark. And with the way we dominated the game so far, I felt like that was probably enough to see us get all 3 points. But then Swansea kind of perked up a little bit again. As you can see here, Sanad Salihovic gets the ball into Wilfred Boney. Nice little 1-2 with Gylfi Sigurdsson. On his left foot, Wilfred Boney powers it into the back of the net, and we're back at 2-1 with 15 minutes to go. So I was getting a little bit concerned that, okay, maybe Swansea are going to get themselves back in it. But as you can see, literally from kickoff, working the ball into the box, Heung-min Son turns perfectly, about to put it in the back of the net, and chopped from behind. Now that, in my opinion, should be a straight red card, but he's given Salahovic a yellow card, although the man that he's giving the card to is actually stood behind him whilst he's facing the wrong way. But still, Sayad Salahovic gets the yellow card for that tackle on Heung-min Son. You see from the replay, Son was literally just about to take the shot there, and he kind of catches his foot as he's in the motion of shooting. So Eduardo Vargas steps up to make it 3-1 if he can put it away. Top right-hand corner. Yes, he can. Game over. 3-1 to Liverpool with 10 minutes to go. But again, straight from kickoff as it was after Swansea's goal leading up to that penalty. Gerrard over the top to Vargas. Vargas over the top to Fernando. Fernando's in behind. Down he goes. Tugged on his shirt by the defender. Another penalty. 2 pens in the space of 5 minutes. Give us a chance to make it 4-1. Question is, which way is Eduardo Vargas going to go? This way. Top right last time. Top left this time. The keeper went the same way he went as the first time, but Eduardo Vargas goes the other way, makes it 4-1, and that was how the game was going to finish. So in the end, a quite convincing victory, despite the fact that for a little bit there towards the end, before we got the 2 penalties, it did get a little bit nervy as Swansea got themselves back into it. But as you can see on screen right now, we had the decision to make, and I showed you the confirmation in the last episode of what the decision was, thanks to the Twitter vote. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, then definitely do, so you can have a real-time impact on my my series as I record them. There will be a link in the description to my Twitter. But as you saw, saw there. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, unfortunately, will have to fall by the wayside, as ISCO is the man that gets brought in. Unfortunately, 3-star skill ISCO, because of course we made this career mode save before the update. So, unfortunately, no 4-star skills for ISCO, but hopefully he can still have a positive impact on the side. As you can see, we have still a 5-point gap because we still have a game in hand. So if we could get a win here against Wigan, then maybe this would give us the 8-point gap we're craving at the top of the table. Much stronger starting lineup this time around, although still Eduardo Vargas starting up top. Daniel Sturridge isn't far away though from a full recovery and should be, starting for the side again before the end of this week. So hopefully that will be the case. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 though, Wigan. The two defensive midfielders are a bit deep, so perhaps it's more of a 6-4 than a 4-2-3-1. But still, I wasn't too sure what to expect from Wigan. Obviously, come up from the Championship last season, so they're going to be on at least some sort of confidence high. But they're not having the best of years in up here in the BPL. And Jordan Henderson gets us off to a fantastic start as well. 21 minutes in, and he piles it into the top left-hand corner. Decent move actually. Nice feat from Coutinho to set it up to Jordan Henderson. Coutinho keeping his first team spot, whilst Isco had to settle for his place on the bench on the opening day, or at least his opening day of being a Liverpool player. But this really wicked me off. I chested it down with Gundogan, went to clear it, and rather than just putting his foot through the ball and getting it away, Gundogan, you can apologise to the ref as much as you want, mate. It's not good enough. You'll see from the replay, chests it down, and then rather than just hoofing it away, decides to slide at it there. It's a really strange decision from him to then just kick the Wigan player. So they get the chance to bring it back to 1-1. Callum McManaman from the penalty spot. Andy duly obliges, puts it to the opposite side. Keeper goes the wrong way. So we're back at 1-1. So into the second half we go. Or further into the second half we go, I should say. And as you can see, just over 20 minutes left to go. Kvist is playing the ball out wide to James McLean, who's actually a decent winger. I really enjoyed using him when I was at Sunderland back on FIFA 13. But into Hughes here. Gets it across to Ben Watson, and well, I didn't expect that finish from Ben Watson, I will be honest. That was an incredible finish, and you'll see from a couple of the replays that he almost didn't power through with it as much as he could have done because of the tensions of the defender. It goes through the leg, and he kind of pulls his foot away, which actually probably means that that's what gets the angle. See, just say pulls his foot away. If he'd have pushed all the way through there with that follow through, it probably would have hooked it further towards the goalkeeper, but it's actually rifled into that top corner. So I was a bit shell-shocked by that as we headed further into the second half, but we were trying to solidify defensively, and we knocked that back comfortably to the goalkeeper, despite the fact that the man tries to kung fu kick him in the face. But that same man, Hughes, finds himself on the edge of the box here, onside because Gundogan was too lazy to get out of defence. And then it's 3-1 to Wigan. And I just completely capitulated there, and it was terrible. So I brought Isco off the bench to try and see if he could change the game with 15 minutes to go. The question was it already too late? As you can see, we're 3 minutes from time now 2 minutes from time. Sterling through to Isco, though. Good first touch. Nice turn inside to get away from one defender, then away from the second, and away from the third and the fourth. Isco saved by Al Habsi, but drops to Vargas. What a run by Isco, by the way. I tried to pick up the ball there, and he just kicked it back into the net, so I had to go through the process of celebrating rather than racing it back to the centre spot to try and kick off and come back again. We're in stoppage time though. Isco on the ball again. Lovely double step over. Takes it around the man. Takes it around the second defender. Sets up Vargas. Turns the inside. Eduardo Vargas. It's 3-3. 2 goals in 2 minutes for them. 2 goals in 2 minutes for us. And Isco comes off the bench to change the game. That was really his doing. He got 2 assists there technically. Because, of course, he had the shot that led to the deflected effort to Vargas. So, what an introduction for Isco off the bench to have that sort of, effect on the side to get us back from 3-1 down against Wigan to draw 3-3. That's probably our most disappointing result so far, actually, and probably one of the most disappointing performances, or at least the most dodgy defensive performance that we've had this season, considering so far this year we've actually been pretty solid defensively. We currently sit top of the table still, and the gap is now 6 points. Unfortunately, that was our game in hand, and we would have gone 8 points clear had we won it. But we're going to doing okay this year, as you can see, up there in 14th. So, at home we really should have won. But after being 3-1 down with 3 minutes to go, I think I'll take a point, to be completely honest. But that will bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days. If there's anything you want to check out, whether it's this series, the My Player series, or the Career Mode Road to Glory series, which will, of course, return to you later on tonight. I will be streaming Football Manager tonight as well. So check the links in the description to my Twitch and to my Twitter to stay up to date with everything that happens live stream-wise. But for now, I will see you next time.